Well, I sound baby my Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Yes, answer bro. All the best content to us on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Send it be a catch on. So one subscribe to channel and subscribe to the channel. I want to say a big thank you to all of you on my subscribing, my your notification. Of course, no choose you all in the notification 10 and I'm more sharing like I'm for and you be I journal. I Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube will give you the best, like we always tell you, in terms of football tactical analysis. You don't get it any better than you get it here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Again, it's all subscribe here, subscribe. Turn your notification. And now, all of you that stake the better ones on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, you did win. One of the tickets that went through in the earlier broadcast, and I sent a go through, and it did go through. In fact, later in the night, I was almost going to sleep. That was when I saw it said, sad tickets now have gone through, of course. And then the other 2 man upon it didn't go particularly well, but we'll go again tomorrow. Into Senate, make sure so make Fiifi-Manfred social media handles go on, go and follow all of them, turn on notification. So that anytime I made a bet, codes in Betobia, you can have it. Also here on YouTube, I saw me the tour, so make sure that you do same over here and the various WhatsApp channels now Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Then I have a lot of update for you. I say on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Yesterday, I was making an argument about the kind of striker Chelsea here. And then, me say nkofo bebre eka se wo Chelsea team ni mo a. And then one Norwegian outlet air report say Victor Gyokeres oye Norwegian no. People are saying say Chelsea view Victor Gyokeres as our number 1 target in 2025. Now, one Shania, they will not go in for a branch friend of Victor Osimhen, but a branch friend of Victor Gyokeres. Now, me who say Kofu Bebre started that conversation said, why not Chelsea here? Now, I can't say we several times before. And yet just about scoring goals. It's about the how of scoring goals and how the person fits the Chelsea system and the Chelsea team as it stands now. And then, so Chelsea team ni mo the idea profile about Chelsea any idea about the box presence. Now essentially we are talking about a striker that's able to stay in the box, that's able to manipulate play in the box, that's able to dominate the box. Now, so should we say Erling Haaland? When Manchester City are finding it difficult to break down low blocks, one of the options very much available to them, and they will spam in a lot of crosses. So from the wing, we will say Kyle Walker will be sending him crosses. Now, one thing that helps very much, if you look at the data, most of the house space crosses that come from a branch friend Kevin De Bruyne. Now, Kevin De Bruyne consistently stay in the house space and then sending across. These are crosses that a branch friend Reece James are very, very good at. Now, one other player that's very creative from crosses, and across here one of the best, a branch friend Pedro Neto. Both on the left or on the right, Pedro Neto can spam in some very, very good crosses. So it means that Chelsea able match be bring. Now see a probably no drop it deep. All press team very aggressive. Open one strike over drop it deep. No be hold their play. No any ball carrying nothing. Nicolas Jackson does that job excellently well. Now, so it is clear that Chelsea in your box presence. So who can say game at Chelsea in ball boy now? Chelsea were able to arrive in the box, but the killer instincts to finish the chance in the box was what Chelsea were lacking. And Enzo Maresca turned onto his bench and then called Christopher Nkunku to get onto the field of play because he wanted that box presence in the box. And Nkunku, he was able to manipulate the ball and then get a goal. And profile Chelsea in here, the profile of the box presence, the profile of the dominant player in the box, the profile of the kind of player that really understand how to manipulate the ball in the box, not necessarily the ball carrier, not necessarily Obia or yet just a good hold-up player. No, it has to be box dominant. And let me add that if you are talking about 2 main strikers in that regard, Osimhen and Victor Gyokeres, they all have very good conversion rates. So we are talking about the specific skill set that fits the Chelsea team and in certain times what they would need. Now, so watch Victor Gyokeres. And Ruben Amorim, one of the things that Victor Gyokeres is able to do is to drop deep, pick up the ball, run channels, do what Nicolas Jackson is, and he's very good at that. In terms of aerial duels and box dominance, he is okay, he is good. But only our box dominance no, as Victor Osimhen. That's actually the strength of our branch friend Victor Osimhen. Somebody who is box dominant. Yabobo not to boxing. Obi enye dominant on winning duels. Obi turning the ball over. Obi aggressive. Obi injinjiremu. Ball sometimes a half chance. Obi manipulative ball in the box. Or using the strength, using the physical ability, or using the combativeness. No matter ball shit. That ball crossing there too. No matter what you do, he will jump higher than everybody. The aerial duels are very good. And then head it into the back of the net. That is who Victor Osimhen is in terms of what you get for him as a striker in the box. Now, you don't particularly get that, or you don't get it as much in Victor Gyokeres. And even if you compare with Samu or Maradion, I've said it several times, Samu for one is another one of those players that is box dominant. That player or no box dominant or do box teamer or you're killer in the box, he will bully you, you get a ghost. Because sometimes, and you're flamboyant, sir, you will not get a game as flamboyant as you want it. You want the game to be there. You take it as by force. You do certain things with your physical ability and then win the game. Now, one other problem I have with Victor Gyokeres is Gyokeres, any bad striker, is a very good striker. Now, if you're an analyst like myself, when you use the data and you also go and look at the eye test, first of all, so option eye test now, and you're satisfied with what you see, you want to confirm with what you see with data. And as well, data here also okay. But me for data and count, I say data no e back in your because that's the empirical evidence. That's the evidence you can pick up and make a proper argument with. Now, the data I've seen of Victor Gyokeres, the sample size of the goals I watched in the Portuguese league in about 2 seasons or so. When Ruben Amorim Sporting CP for board, they said there was a boy in Coventry called Victor Gyokeres, and he needed him. One of the things that was very, very important was that consistently we saw Sabrante friend Victor Gyokeres was delivering our Coventry one about Portuguese league, and then he has consistently been delivering as it stands now. Now my problem is that so at the highest level, especially at the Champions League, what about just a few games? The data and the sample size ain't scalable. When I say it's not scalable, it is not enough for you to manipulate and still say, okay, it's enough to even change and still give you, genuine conclusion on the data. And you see, I am a little bit skeptical because we have a lot of strikers, a lot of players. Our free Portuguese league, other leagues, that they were scoring a lot of goals, they were playing very well, but they get outside and go to different leagues. Yes, there may be other contributing factors. They say, yeah, João Felix Simon. There may be other contributing factors. Obi to say it may be down in years, may not have settled in well at Liverpool. But really, look at players like Darwin in years who were top of their game in the Portuguese league, and they have struggled to get results when they've come to Liverpool. Almost shedding years are consistent performances. It makes you doubt the scalability of Darwin in yours. Victor Gyokeres, data and the sample size now, Nipadia argument, even when you see it. And I think that the most complete of the lot, for me, a branch of Victor Osimhen, because the data and the sample size fit exactly what we've seen with the eye test. And I think it's much more complete, it's much more scalable. It makes more sense to play in a certain Victor Osimhen, unless you are throwing away the conversation of injuries and whatnot, which probably will bedevil him, which has the probability of bedeviling him. But several times when players have gone past the times when they were injured. Clear-cut example, your branch of Noni Madueke. Abraham Madueke, every PSV. Back into the English Premier League to come and play for Chelsea Football Club. He was seen as an injury-prone player. But there you have it, Victor, our branch of Noni Madueke is not particularly seen as an injury-prone player. And you're worrying, sir. I think that for me, yes, maybe the sporting directors will look at certain things that maybe I'm not privy to. But in terms of scalability of the data, comparing it with the eye test, essentially, I really, really do think Sir branch friend of Victor Osimhen is above a branch friend of Victor Gyokeres. Yes, they can look at the medical reports. Yes, they can look at a few other things, which is very, very important as the season will go on and they would want to look at it. But who will be to say a branch friend Pedro Neto and the more key passes and misplaced yesterday. 84 minutes played against Poland last night. Excellent player in that regard. Makani several times say ope say unya a duo I'll be in Fifi on opponents. Now, so when you're certain Victor Osimhen, so you're Pedro Neto, who compare Pedro Neto to what even Cole Palmer will do, you will say he's like a Chelsea's third best player, maybe after Cole Palmer and a branch of Moses Caicedo, depending on what he can do for you. Nicolas Jackson is phenomenal, and in number 9. But the big question, will Chelsea improve as a team with a dominant number 9 sign? Yes, phenomenal crosser, can create 1 or 2 big chances against a game just from crossing. And no matter the scenario, sometimes you wish there was a box presence and number 9 to convert them. 3 goals, but Nicolas Jackson is invaluable, also invaluable in build-up. And of course, like I was saying, also Nicolas Jackson, he is almost impeccable in build-up. The things he will give you in build-up, nobody else will probably give you in terms of strikers in the world. But in the box, you want sometimes the box presence as well. You want to throw in a certain Victor Osimhen. Flexible on the could be more not just a mini game in that regard. And that's what the presence of Pedro Neto adds to the team, because he can create his own chances from the crosses, from the half space crosses, from the byline crosses, and out of nothing, on the left and the right, a branch of Pedro Neto makes my side. He can also take on players. He can do the job that you expect him to do as a winger very, very well. In how he wants to do his things, and that is something that you need to look at when you're looking a bit at Pedro Neto and the kind of striker Chelsea want to buy, especially when you're comparing Victor Osimhen to a branch of Victor Gyokeres and the quality of players that you want from in there, and you're very, very important in there. And then, said Abrantia, your friend Romeo Lavia, and this weekend game at Belgium, he's traveling to go back to London. I mean, any injury issue, yeah, Romeo Lavia, just a player. Belgium from Domenico Tedesco, he has seen him. He is okay with what he's seen, and he would want to retain him to Chelsea. It's Romeo Lavia, and that's the agreement. Abraham Chelsea releasing Romeo Lavia to go to Belgium for camp. No, they told Domenico Tedesco say he has to continue his rehabilitation. Almost first international break with Mbambe, fraternization between or no any teammates. No, so fully he can get back to be playing for the Belgium Red Devils, by essentially not particularly to play. Into a branch of friend Romeo Lavia retaining to go back to Cobham to base on him to go and start preparation game. Mind you, Levi Cole and mind you, Cole Palmer and mind you, resumes now training week in, week out. Malo Gusto pulled out El Hodem to make sure that he can go and prepare very well and then go and play, especially when a branch of friend Enzo Fernandez away to South America, Moise Caicedo away to South America. A branch here. Your friend Romeo Lavia is going to be very, very important in there. And yet any major injury, they just excuse Romeo Lavia. He should have enough rest in the international break, please. He should have ignored international calls this season. He should just come back and rest and that's a player Chelsea for are not willing to risk for you just on his way back to London. A player Chelsea for knows that he is very, very important. They don't want to stress him. They want to make sure Sabrante for Romeo Lavia in there. No, he just comes in and comes to play his football for Chelsea Football Club and Yadia Bibi Boni Bia Atwa Branch for Romeo Lavia. After international break, games at Chelsea and there's a big question. I mean, how many games can Chelsea win? How many points like Chelsea win in 7 days? And then the 16th of November, in 7 days, we are looking at the 23rd of November. I'm exactly on Saturday or on Sunday next week. You expect Chelsea against Leicester City at the King Power. So coach Freddy Enzo Maresca will go away to go and play at Leicester City at the King Power Stadium. After that, against Aston Villa on the 1st of December. Then, of course, after that, Chelsea against Tima, your friend Southampton. Then away, they go and play at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium at 5:30 p.m. against Southampton. Chelsea, everybody enumerate at 8:30 p.m., 2:30 p.m., 1:30 p.m. against Leicester City. And then, of course, against Brentford on the 15th of December, Chelsea, everybody against my friend Brentford at 8 p.m. These are very, very tough games at Chelsea. But my question to you is, how many points that Chelsea Enzo Maresca will return to go and play at Leicester City at the King Power Stadium a stadium last season, or the English Championship automatically, he is going to go back there and go and try to play some good football whilst Chelsea go on in there and go and play by way of players who went to national break. Mihajlo Modric has set up a good goal already for Tima, your friend of Ukraine this season. He has been solid for the Ukrainian national team, and he has been very, very good. Of course, you have more update also in the various teams. And I made it say There are a lot of things that are also in Madrid, and it's the fact that Madrid fully believe it was Massa that was reported. Madrid fully believe it strongly. So branch your friend Alphonso Davies about to join the team, a friend Real Madrid. But then quickly, the agent, a friend of Nedal, who said, Ebeka said, Dan deal with Madrid. That is not true. Thought the player has many, although the player has many options, we have not agreed terms with any club. The new deal at FC Bayern could also be an option. Any report suggesting otherwise is incorrect. And that's what the agent of Alphonso Davies, of course, I think that there are a lot of the aspect of Enzo Maresca, the coaching, I say improve as well. So I think that one of the things that has been very important, how he's coaching maturity in the team. So Oshe boy Chelsea boy, the clip down the Arsenal for in set piece of Munya, how Chelsea dealt with it. I think that Chelsea were very, very excellent, and the maturity in the team seems to be growing for Chelsea Football Club, and it's something that they need to do better about it. And I believe that Chelsea for will do better. Of course, Barca for always would want more updates now. Hassan, I'll give it to you. Of course, and then Ivan San Antonio Dario Sport or say I would give Rafinha the number 10 jersey. He's talking about how influential Branch friend Rafinha or at FC Barcelona. And I say he's a leader. It's clear that the youngsters look up to him. And I've said it several times that this season, one of the best players in the world, one of the best players in the La Liga, Branch friend Rafinha. Or not just a normal leader, he's also a tactical leader on the field of play. When Barca want to get some inspiration, make me going to games when you're winter, they tend to Branch friend Rafinha. And he has been very, very important to team my friend of Barcelona this season. Excellent play on and over the field of play. And now Jules Koundé, when he came in France, did an interview and was asked about a lot of things. I said I train after matches because I wanted to optimize my performance. It's the need you create. If you don't do it, if you don't feel right in the end, it becomes a habit. And you have to keep it up because you get results. It is not good an approach in matches thinking that you are too good or that it will be easy, especially if you're a defender. You lose your mark and then in 10 seconds, it costs your team a goal. Jules Koundé, I understand that I've changed positions and that requires different things. I'm working on it over there. He speaks about a lot of things. Also, already he cannot be a coach because trying to build a relationship with a coach, is very, very difficult, and he doesn't know how. And a lot of the coaches on your Jumani have been building that rapport in the Dutch for starting 11. Frankie de Jong starts from the Dutch national team after a very, very long time out, and I think that is going to be a good news for Barcelona. Say Frankie de Jong any injured, so both game you not so PA, not so many any injury concerns, but it's going to be a good one. Sad news for Brantia, your friend Andreas Christensen of Free Chelsea, echo team your friend Barcelona. Yes, say Barca for are willing to let go of Brantia friend of Frankie, Brantia friend of Andreas Christensen, so that they can bring in a dominant center. But for me, I don't know how. I think there's an opportunity that Barca will want to take to make some good money. But you can't particularly tell me, say, Jonathan Ty and upgrade on a Brantia, your friend of Frank, or on a Brantia, your friend of Andreas Christensen. Christensen, an excellent player in every facet of the game, especially at center back, on the ball, off the ball. Yes, physicality. He doesn't really meet the requirement of a bit say Jonathan Tah. But then again, I don't think he's a bad player. Andreas Christensen is on an exit ramp. He's not in Barca's plans and could leave either in January or in the summer. Premier League clubs are interested. I doubt which Premier League club would want to bring Andreas Christensen, especially if it's leaving Barcelona based on the fact that he's physically not up there. Of course, Marca is still reporting said until said Barca for Madrid for Betimiaton either of Fela Mendy and as a branch friend of Fran Garcia, Alphonso Davies will not come, and definitely Real Madrid will want to let one of these players go. Saying about Alphonso Davies will come. They want Alphonso Davies. Madrid want Alphonso Davies. They want my branch friend Trent Alexander-Arnold. They will do everything to get him. Gerard Piqué spoke about the president of Real Madrid, Florentino Perez. I say he is very powerful. He has his battles, but the Super League is still alive. He's a top person. And I think I like the job that he does over there. I'm talking about him and the quality that Abranta, your friend Florentino Perez, at the bomb team. Then Federico Valverde played. Other goalie has played also for the national team. Valverde, a team there about 90 minutes, almost a 3-2 against Colombia. On Vinicius after the last game out, another game, obviously. And that's some quality stuff. Look at Modric and Elusi game for Croatia. Our went to me and winning. Of course, a lot of the updates in the amount this evening on a Saturday on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Someone subscribe to the channel and subscribe to the channel, turn on notification. Make sure the notification turn on. We'll choose you all. Until then, we'll catch you in the more. Take care and then stay out of trouble. Bye bye.